In our handle change method, currently we are only setting the username property of our account object. It doesn't make sense to create another handler for the password property. So we want to set the property dynamically. And as I've told you before, whenever you want to work with properties of an object dynamically, instead of the dot notation, you should work with the bracket notation. So here we want to have a string that identifies the name of the target property. Where do we get that from? Well, we can give each input field a name property and then read it like this: e.currentTarget.name. As simple as that. So back to our input fields, let's set the name to username. And one more time for the password. First, we need to set value. We want to bind this to this.state.account.password. And of course, we can use object destructuring to clean up this code. We'll get back to this shortly. Next, we need to handle onChange. So onChange, we set this to this.handleChange. And finally, we set the name attribute to password. Now, before going any further, let's use object destructuring here. So in our render method, I'm going to pick the account property of this.state. And then we can get rid of these repetitions. I've selected both of them. Delete. Beautiful. So now each input field has a name attribute, and in our handle change method, we read that to set the target property of the account object. Now, once again, you can see we have repeated e.currentTarget. In this implementation, we don't need any other properties of the event object. So we can destructure this argument like this. We pick current target and then rename it to input. And with this, we can select e.currentTarget and replace it with input. Isn't that better? That's much better. All right, now let's test the application. So A and B. And here in React DevTools, let's search for login form. Let's take a look at our state. You can see our account object is in complete sync with our login form.